risky behavior.
But have y'all ever played the hit game Among Us?
Yes, I have played Among Us.
Oh, I love Among Us.
It's a great game.
That was my number one question.
Do you know what that is?
Yes, I know
Okay.
what it is. I have
Just double checking.
I highly recommend.
That was the Gen
this.
Z asking the old Exennial whether she knew what the things were.
I think it's a very worthwhile game
It's a great
for
game,
everyone
yeah.
to play, especially at a party. Very fun. And then, oh my gosh.
What does your sign say? I'm trying to start.
Oh my gosh. I made it this morning. Oh my gosh, I love your Among Us phone case. It's very, very good. I have
the fetus. What?
to uterus the fetus or not to uterus is not the question the government should dictate, but the individual's choice.
Could you define Yeetus the fetus for us?
Oh my gosh, uterus the fetus is like one of my fave pro-choice memes. Basically, there was a Vine years ago, I think 2014, where there was someone who threw an empty soda can and went yeet. So then it just kind of became synonymous with the action of, I guess, first throwing things and then in a metaphorical sense of being liberated of something.
So you'd be comfortable yeeting a baby?
Oh, 100%.
A born baby?
Not like a born baby, because that'd make me a criminal.
But what's the difference? So your governor here, your pro-choice Republican governor, Kristan, we just defeated a proposal in the legislature. He wanted to legalize abortions up until the moment of birth. What is the fundamental difference 10 minutes before birth and 10 minutes after? Why would yeeting a child who's only been out of the vaginal canal for 10 minutes be different than aborting a child?
Because we care about humanity.
Why do
Because
I
we care about you and the next generation. And the
Okay,
1/3 of our generation who never got an opportunity to be here. 1/3 because of the evils of the abortion industry.
Once you know...
I'm not sure why anybody would ask a question like, why do you care? Why does anybody do any type of humanitarian work? It's there's people homeless. I want to feed them. Why do you care? It's really a silly question to ask. You know what I'm saying? So if you ask a person the position which they stand on, the only response you have is, why do you care? Why do you not care?
Evil is happening. I think it's pretty evil if you don't stand up to defeat it. And we know abortion is a discriminatory act of violence where the privileged person gets to say whether or not the weaker, younger person gets to survive depending on whatever they have going on in their life. And we think that is discrimination, it's violence, and it's wrong. And once you understand that, you're called to speak up for those who can't speak for themselves. It's a very fundamental principle. It's one of the best things about our country is that we stand up and speak for the most vulnerable in our world. Even if they don't live here in America, we're the most charitable country in the world, sending troops, sending foreign aid across the world.
But what if I don't want to give birth and shouldn't that be my choice to not?
Well, you can choose not to engage in heterosexual sex.
Both of my girlfriends are transgender. I am non-binary. I have a vagina, right?
Okay, so you can choose not to engage in sex with a penis and a vagina.
Yeah.
Without protection. But even
That's the weirdest thing. She would have an argument if someone was forcing you to become pregnant. If you don't want to give birth, then don't have sex. It's just weird. Or just get birth control or something, or do whatever you got to do to ensure you don't get pregnant. They keep saying, oh, well, I don't want to give birth. And they keep slamming into that brick wall called protection. Abstinence.
protection, because we know that that's not entirely foolproof.
I mean, yeah.
You don't have a fundamental right to choose to engage in behaviors that we know in natural consequence is creating a unique co-living human life and then take back that
Then
consent.
why would I not want to have sex? Like, that's kind of boring.
Yeah, I know. Sex is awesome.
Sex
Did you
is
know
awesome. and I
married
think
pro-life
that-
religious people actually have the best sex lives?
She just
Married?
barked.
Married pro-life religious people statistically have the
Yeah.
most satisfying sex lives.
My sex life is off the chart.
Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, mine is like off the chart. I literally have 2 girlfriends. If you want, I can tell you all about my fantasy dildo collection. I can tell you about
don't really
my...
care.
I mean, if you're
wait,
bragging
I have a
about your
question.
sex
I mean, you're not going to get
life-
pregnant with a dildo,
Yeah,
so
if
like,
this
by
is
all
a
means,
fantasy,
partake.
if
You're
Sounds
bragging
like-
about your sex life.
I don't know if you need
Okay.
to brag, but you.
She's not married, she
fantasy
can't.
dildo
You know what?
collection.
You
So
know
if
what?
that's
You know what?
participating
You know
to a
what?
satisfying
You know
sex
what?
life,
Just let her see she barks again.
why not choose
I
to have
just-
sexual relations with the dildo and not create a human being?
Yeah. The pro-life movement does not have any
Silicone
stance
doesn't
against dildo
replace-
sex.
What she's saying makes no damn sense. So she asked them a question. She said, why do you care? Well, you got all these dildos that you spent all your money on, right? Why do you care? Why do you care? You're doing it with dildos. So what are you worried about abortions for? Why do you care? Her question, just reverse it back on her. Why do you care if you got the dildos and stuff? It makes no sense. I think she just came up there just to talk.
Human flesh, okay?
No, it doesn't.
I know, that's why, giving yourself freely to another
Y'all are
person
just
in a marital
talking in
act is awesome.
circles. It's like really
No,
infuriating.
okay, fine. Let's cut through the circle then. What
It's
are the
still gonna be a
consequences
circle.
of sex between a penis and a vagina? There are many, but what are just some?
You know what? I'm exhausted. Like, adios.
Okay.
Thank you
Thank
for barking
being
at us.
here.
Y'all catch that? She said F her back. Look. That was slick. She shot her the middle finger. Right?
Okay.
F y'all.
Thank you for
Thank you
barking
Being
at us.
here.
And there you go. She shot the middle finger back. That's how you stay professional though. Anyway, man, I can't stop doing these videos, man. It's just funny, man. I keep searching and looking for a good argument for the pro-choice. I haven't found one yet because I got a backup abortion plan. Because let me tell you, some of these, I don't know how you guys feel, man, but some of these women you don't want to spend the next 18 years of your life with. So you're going to need that backup plan in case you slip up. So anyway, like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Comment below, man. Let me know what y'all think about this. I think that girl just came up there. I'm sorry. I think that non-binary person came up there just to do what they did at the end, but they was trying to work their way into an argument so that they could get that F you off and, shoot them the bird. That's what I think. I don't think they really had anything to say. I think they came up there just to be disrespectful, but they couldn't they was trying to find a slick way to get it in. So that's why it kind of seemed like they was rambling, but I think that was the whole point. I think they only came up there. They didn't have an argument. They didn't really have anything to say. They just wanted to come up there and be disrespectful. So anyway, man, Risky out.
Risky behavior.